Today I'm going to be breaking down a song called Termination from the Origin original soundtrack. This is a coffee personal request that comes from Sir Paradigm. Thank you so much, mate, for believing in my work. And boom! Ingrid Malmsteen isn't the guitar. What? That string arrangement sounds so much like... Is it Bombing Mission from Final Fantasy VII? This is something that only happens, for the most part, in Japanese songs. Soundtracks, apologies. Where you have a lead electric guitar in an otherwise orchestral song. However, I don't know if it's the mixing or my headphones, but a lead guitar doesn't really sound like super lead, you know. It's amongst other instruments or even behind some of them. Okay, you can hear it in front here. Damn. Wow. That string arrangement was really cool. But this one, it sounds like a lot like a bombing mission from Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, this song often has upsending scale runs. Upsending again. That arpeggio was crazy. Yeah. Well, in this case, it was a descending run. But to be fair, you have to descend in order to ascend to do ascending runs. The guitar doesn't have like a the range of a piano or something, you know. The harmonic minor all over it. Yeah, the guitar performance was spot on. And I think it's supposed to loop to the bombing mission part again. All right. This is it? Yeah, this is it. All right. Let's break it down. The first thing that I would like to address about this song is that the composition is fairly simple. It's a very simple composition, but I think it has its roots. The structure has its roots in the fact that there is a lead electric guitar taking the spearhead, if you will, of a song in very different parts of a song, or very often, I should say. It's a better term. And not only that, it is also because the electric guitar is playing not only sort of a theme phrase, but it's also doing solo work all throughout the song. So there's a lot of things going on in the electric guitar by itself. So what it seems to me is that the composer decided to make all the other layers or all the other instrument sections of the orchestra simplified so it wouldn't interfere with the guitar performance, which seems to be, like, you know, the main focal point of the song. Now, putting aside the electric guitar for a second, there's a very cool thing going on, which is a very simple arrangement, but it's very effective. And it is that the brass and the chorus are often doing accents in the song, and those accents are the ones that open the track a lot. There is a counterpart to that, which is the string section, and you can hear that the string section is way more involved, in the sense that way more notes are involved, and that arrangement that I was talking about that sounds like the bombing mission. Although I would say that the difference is that the bombing mission arrangement is more rhythmic, because it's not 16 notes straight forward throughout the whole thing, while in this particular track it's all 16 notes played in the string section. But regardless of that, I wonder also if that's some sort of tribute to Final Fantasy VII. But, you know, it could most probably take inspiration from that, because Final Fantasy VII, it's quite a legendary JRPG. But coming back to the premise that I was talking about, the string section keeps the song more tight, because how the performance is in the instrument. Like I said before, 16 notes, it sounds like the string section is always playing note after note after note, you know. It's fairly fast. I was trying to figure out the tempo of the track, which is how fast it is. It's like a measurement of how fast you play the song. And it's almost like 160 BPM, or bits per minute, which is fairly above average, you know. It's fairly fast. It's not super fast, insanely fast, you know, like in 200 or something. And the string section is what is actually translating that very same premise. But at the same time, it's creating in the listener sort of an angst, you know, because fast tempo creates that kind of feeling, you know. It's like it's creating a lot of tension by itself. The faster the song is, the tension rises up. Now, of course, when it gets ridiculous, sometimes it kind of loses the purpose of it. So you have to be, you know, conscious as a composer when you're going to introduce faster passages and whatnot, and to what purpose. What are you trying to achieve in the listener and whatnot. like to close this up by talking about the electric guitar, okay? Because I think, you know, in the West, the electric guitar is like the plague. Not a lot of games and, you know, media in general want electric guitars in their soundtracks and whatnot. That's kind of changed with what Mick Gordon started doing with Killer Instinct and Doom. That was like a very radical change in the industry where, you know, electric guitars made a huge comeback in that regard. What I've noticed is that in Japan, it is still a very ubiquitous instrument to hear in all sorts of things. Not only when, you know, in anime, it's very ubiquitous to hear electric guitars, but also in video games. As I'm getting acquainted more and more with JRPGs, I think, yeah, that seems to be the case. So what I can conclude is that, you know, the electric guitar is very ubiquitous, not only in these things, but in pop culture in Japan as a whole, you know. Now, the electric guitar is all out, right? It's performing however it pleases. It seems like there was like a blank check situation in terms of, well, do whatever you want to do. And I heard this very neoclassical approach to the guitar playing, of course. And I did mention Yngwie Malmsteen in my breakdown, which is a very famous guitar player that made very popular that, you know, neoclassical Baroque style of guitar playing. So much so that he actually has a concert, believe it or not, in Japan, playing all his or a huge repertoire of his songs with a Japanese orchestra. So this song kind of gave me flashbacks to that performance in itself. And I'm pretty sure that if you would ask the guitar player that performed in this song, he would say like, yeah, definitely I was inspired by Yngwie Malmsteen, because he is such a big, he has made such a big contribution to that style of guitar playing. And the guitar also was playing, for the most part, you know, in the harmonic minor, doing minor arpeggios and whatnot, which makes sense because, you know, the song is called Termination. That is not the title of a song that you would imagine it would inspire you to write something, I don't know, uplifting or something like that. That word seems to me like it dwells more into the darker side of our psyche, if you will. So that the harmonic minor is a perfect scale to evoke that sort of gloominess and even danger, because, you know, the like I said before, the tempo contributes to that a lot. But also, I think the song is made in a minor key too, so that helps a lot to have that that tension building in itself just by where the song sits in that spectrum, you know, of music, in between the major things, not only keys, but major things, major chords and whatnot, and minor keys, minor chords, and minor scales and whatnot. So I think I'm gonna give this song a C tier. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, check out this other Is breakdown that I did. And also, if you would like to support my work further, you can check the support section in the description of this video, where you can find my Patreon and all the other links, alright? Thank you very much.